Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's very simple with this one right here. Um, I can't find an awful lot of things, and anything significant not to like about Energon Unicron. I can't find anything significant to not to like about any of the Unicrons really. So, to my limited knowledge of plastic and what have you, we've had Armada, Energon, Cybertron, and a Universe. Now, if you were a fan of transforming things, now this to me is my favorite. It is definitely my favorite color, my favorite mold of it, but it's not the one that I would have to have in an emergency. Only because the original is the original. But if you'd never seen or heard of Unicron before, you must have been sleeping under a freaking stone or something, or locked in a nunnery, washing knickers. But if you were confronted with either the Armada, the Universe, or the Energon, you would pick the Energon because he's as sexy as a big bag of Smarties. He really is. Let's have a look at this chap. He's a planet. He's a fucking planet. Come on, he's a planet. I like planet formers anyway, and I love saying planet formers. I love holding this thing in my hand because it feels like I've stolen it from some queen bitch from outer space, you know. It just, it's just so wonderful. I just expect something horrendous to pop out of it any minute and take over the planet. But look at it. Look, oh, it's lovely. And if you've never seen this, you've immediately fallen in love with it. I'm just going to take away his moon and get a little closer on this. This is Unicron, the Eater of Worlds. A little bit of action here, and we'll show you this sexy little gimmick. Hi, how are ya? I like that. So he's got his ring. And Energon scars, of course, being Energon, obviously, you know the original Unicron is the color of Unicron. He is that, Unicron. If you ever watch me, if you ever watch anybody who does Transformers movies, you know what Unicron's like. So this is the Armada version. Just freaking lovely. Now, there's a little message. The only problem at this stage that I have with this guy, and maybe you have it too, I hope you do, because I always have it with my Unicrons, is that this old leg section here, you see this gap? You see this fucking gap? How do you get rid of the fucking gap? I mean, there are posts and ports there that are meant to be joined, but they just don't want to quite meet. Anyway, look at him. Big, spiky, black and amber and lime green and just lovely. Just lovely, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a transformer. Might need a little bit of distance here. Excuse me while I see my newspaper cutting there. I'll picture them by the way after that. So yeah, so he's a big old thing. We start by kind of separating the rings. Now, I don't think this is going to be a very long one at all, really. I think I can get this done quite quickly. I think I can. Without anything falling off. Please, Flying Spaghetti Monster, let nothing fall off. Let's keep going. So we're going to loosen these jazz. These jazz, as they're called here in Ireland. Loosen these jazz there like that. Now what we're going to do is nice little thing here, like this little tiny detail. You've probably got this freaking thing, and you're just watching me going, oh, you see something's going to pop off, or he's going to make a mistake, or he's going to break something. You want that to happen, don't you? But legs here, the ones that don't like to go there, legs all the way. Oh God, it just had a moment. Nice click, and something's popped off. Not to worry. Actually, that's never popped off before. Interestingly, I shall reattach it momentarily. Yes, legs. Just extend the legs. Now look at these big old toes here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's some kind of foot claw action there. And that's really impressive. But if you know a bigger foot in the Transformers universe, you can let me know. I don't think you're gonna find one. Finish the transformation of these just by turning them around. Now see, the thing is, I actually do prefer them this way, but this is the official transformation. So we'll get the official transformation out of the way first. These sections, which you gotta loosen here, which are going to become his arms. Of it. The transformation itself is really quite simplistic, which is good for something so huge. But I do find that the larger you get with quads, the kind of easier they become, the more intuitive they are to transform. It's whenever you get to, well, I'm thinking of some of the leader class primes from the movie line, because they're just, of course, they're nasty and they're not fun. Hasbro, they're not fun, you know. So we have a nice little click there, a little bit of click action, not too much. A little bit of click. Now these are apparently wings, and then these things here, and you can take them off. And indeed, it probably it isn't better. I don't like taking off a thing, transforming a bot, and then putting it back somewhere else. I've never ever liked that. Unlike the combination modes where you kind of combine it, but to remove something just for the sake of putting it back on in exactly the same place later, like fists, for example. I mean, like G1 bots used to do that all the time. So I'll stand him to back here. Basically, this is the point where things pop off, and if the wings, these wingy bat wing things pop off, it's just the way they go, you know. That's you kind of live with it, you know. There you go. One's popped off. See, easy to pop back on again here. I'd rather see. This is the slightly tiresome thing about it. You know, I was being very, very creative and optimistic when I said that I don't have any. I really don't have any major bugbears about this guy, because stuff pops off bots all the time, doesn't it? You know, and you learn to live with it. But you can make a nice, fairly good little cradly thing, and indeed it does look a bit like Kibble, or it looks like he's got giant boobs the wrong way around. You know, he's got back boobs, whatever they are. So these nice things become Unicron's wings, and I'm so pleased to do. You know, that skeletal bat wing thing that he's got. Oh, I love that. Good. Now we can take the money shot to that. Now I'm just going to put his freaking jock strap back on, because this is the bit that popped off earlier, and didn't need to. Didn't need to. It stays there quite happily, and transforms oddly in a way. Yeah, that has popped off before, but thank you, Unicron. You're making a fool out of me, you bastard! I just doesn't particularly want to go back on again, right? I feel like stopping this freaking video and starting all over again. No, behave yourself, man. So let's finish the transformation of his big old arms in the usual way. He's got a couple of interesting things going on in terms of hands here. I like that transformation of hands. Thank you. I love the fact that you can make him do that. I love any bot where you can make him do that. Who I forgot? Primus can do it. Air Attack Optimus Prime, he's my favorite for doing it. This guy can do it really nicely as well. I'll just show you here. You know, if you think it's a little rude, then just look away now. But I have to find that Unicron can flip the bird. There's his head. I do display him in a flipping the bird mode because I can. It's just it's nice. It makes me feel happy when skies are grey. Look at this. This is a nice gimmish here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you press his hand in, and it kind of flashes. And in a dark room, it just looks like this big amber hand. Other little thing here. He's missing a sound clip. He's not missing a sound clip as in, oh, my sound clip's broke. He actually doesn't have a sound clip. You can see his eyes just kind of glow intermittently. They flash as well. But this is an impressive bot. Look at him. He's absolutely gorgeous. He really is. He's so imposing. He's really big, statuesque, good size. Everything about him looks really good. I don't need to sit and point out all his really cool things. I mean, obviously, you've got the little place to put minicons there that popped off. You've got them on the legs here. These things open out. Yeah, they open out like that. And you can stick a little, minicons in there and whatever. And that's fine. I could have done without that. I really don't care for that. This is a nice little thing. You see, besides, you take the little dead end, you attach them to that. Okay, that port. You push this forward, and all three of them fire out in quick succession. That's a nice little thing. I will not be attaching dead end to his leg ever. I'm sure that it works. But what's so good about that? Now, the electronics in this guy have worked forever. They've just worked forever. The electronics in his eyes and in his hand. And these work forever because these are, they're mechanized. And there's a wonderful gimmick in his chest. And it's mechanized. You know, like the old wind-up toys. Have I said as much about him as I need to? He's Unicron. If you need any more information than that, then, you know, I'm sorry for your troubles, really, quite honestly. But there is a mini-com port at the back. And when you put a little dead end in, this chest piece, it will open up and a big old fucking missile will fire out. Right, I'm going to make that happen. Okay, there's the missile, you see? I need to press it in a little further. Oh, sorry. It's not quite all the way. Oh, you haven't quite deployed. Oh, he needs the equivalent of Cybertron and Viagra, whatever. Oh, well, he's not deploying. Are you a little stuck? Oh, his eyes can light up as well at that point. You see, there's a missile in here. Right, let's just try it one more time. I wonder why it isn't deploying, actually. One more time. No, not doing it. That's interesting, actually. I don't know why that would be. But it's interesting. I didn't notice before, but his eyes light up. And the missile's really interesting if I can get it, if I can just kind of pull it out. It's an odd shape and it's got three, it's spring loaded obviously. Yeah, okay, I just pulled it out a little further. So this is the missile here and it really will fire it and go some distance. And it kind of opens up ever slightly like that. So it's just this odd looking thing. And it goes back in quite happily. And you can hear it kind of winds up, you know. Here, little dead end. He's an odd little colour, this chap. So he's this little moon. I like to display him also with dead end. He holds dead end so well in his hand here, like some you know, orb of death kind of thing. I quite like that. It's nice. But yeah, you know, slightly more interesting than your average minicon. I don't mind minicons, but they don't get me moist, I have to say. I know some people are really big minicon fans. Some of them I think are really quite magnificent, but others can take or leave. Like this guy is just so, you know, ordinary to me. Yes. Yeah, you know, he's a little minicon. A big gun arm and a little crappy other arm, and you know, they've either got really crap arms or really crap feet or really crap heads, or they're just generally really crap. So there you are. He's all right, you know, he's all right. But this is the bot to get, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have him, well, if you don't have a Unicron, if you're a Transformers collector, can I just say, and you don't have Unicron, so there's a bit of shame to be had right on your behalf right now. And I recommend start with Armada, move to Energon, head to Cybertron. He's a quirky, interesting, difficult to transform little piece of fuck. Nice little bot though. And then on your way to Universe. I haven't got the Universe yet, but hey, 7 steps to heaven, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, love it.